Yeah, today we are exploring the depths of African spirituality. Okay, and in today's video, we'll be looking deeper and deeper into this the depth of African spirituality. And this is why you don't have to be in confusion. You don't have to confuse yourself about what you're practicing. If you're actually into African spirituality, you don't have to do it for the sake of money. You have to do it for the sake of who you are. For the sake of who you are and why you're here. Okay? And that's why we're exploring the depths of African spirituality today. A whole lot have been said about that, but then we want to delve into this as it's supposed to be. So, African spirituality involves delving into the rich tapestry, okay, of indigenous beliefs, rituals, and philosophies across the continent. Just as we have mentioned in part one about what is African spirituality or ancient wisdom of the African spirituality. All right. Now, what does all this include? Because when you are practicing African spirituality, you have to understand what is involved and how it is being done so that you will know and be sure of what you're doing so that you will not just be impatient or expecting instant gratification about that. For example, is a way of the people. Okay? Now, you need to understand that this African spirituality, one of the depths of it includes understanding the significance of ancestral veneration. The significance of ancestral veneration, because this is where one of the roots of African spirituality, ancestral veneration. There is a significance of ancestral veneration. And you don't just do it because you want to gain something, you want to gain this or you want to gain that. It is your root, it is your foundation, it is your fundamental, it's your value. Okay? And when you are coming into that, you're coming into that with that notion. Another thing is about African spirituality is about connection to nature. An African man is a natural man. It's not artificial man. It's a natural man. And that's why you must have to live a natural life, a life of process, a life that nature is all about. Everything nature is an African man. Okay? Now, African spirituality is also about the symbolism of rituals, okay, and ceremonies. Symbolism of rituals. Yes, African spirituality is rooted in rituals and ceremonies. Yes, and it's all about the role of community in shaping spiritual practices. It's a communal life. Africa is known for communalism. It's known for hospitality. It's known for love. It's known for oneness. Okay? So when you practice African spirituality, you need to understand these values. You need to understand this root cause values, root core values of an African man, so that you will know exactly what you're doing. You're not just doing it for one gain or the other. You're doing it for who you are, what you are, why you're here, to promote and propagate what those who have come before you, have been doing, and pass the baton to you. So, if you're practicing African spirituality and these things are not, your core value, what you're doing, you are missing it. Now, African spirituality also is in this dimension of exploring African, spirituality, which entails acknowledging the diversities of traditions. In Africa, there are diversities of tradition. There's no one way to getting anything done. Okay? So each African nation, African group, African clan, African tribe, okay, each is with its unique cosmology, just like an Igbo man. An Igbos have their Igbo cosmology, which differs in diverse ways with the Yoruba cosmology, which also differs also with the Hausa Fulani cosmology, and so on and so forth. Okay, so an Igbo man will not be practicing, Indian cosmology as an African spirituality. No, you don't practice that. You don't practice the Western cosmology as an African spirituality. And neither do you practice the European Christianity cosmology as an African spirituality. Okay, so and each each ethnic groups also have their deities and cultural expressions. When a Yoruba man dress, you will know he's a Yoruba man. When an Igbo man dresses, you know he's an Igbo man. When a Ghanaian dress, you know he's a Ghanaian. When a Zimbabwean dress, you know he's a Zimbabwean. Okay? When a Niger dress, you know he's a Niger. Okay? So it is a journey into the profound, and nuanced understanding of existence within the framework of African spiritual worldview. So we need to understand this. And sometimes when we talk about cosmology, some people don't really understand what cosmology is all about. What is cosmology? Cosmology refers to the study of the origin, structure, evolution, and eventual fate of the universe. So, when you come to the universe, we have Igbo universe. Oh yes, we have African universe. There is a universe of the African faith. There is a universe of the Westerner faith. There is a universe of the European faith. There is a universe of different faiths in the world. So an African has a faith that is born with. And if he must get a result and solution in life and live a peaceful, loving, and exciting relational life with himself, with his spiritual forces, and everyone around him, he has to approach it according to the African spirituality. Oh yes. And when you look at it, you need to understand that the cosmology of an African involves understanding the landscape properties of the universe of an African man as a whole, including the nature of space and time, and the distinction of matter and energy, and the forces and processes that shape the cosmos within the whole of the universe and that of that African continent. So you need to understand that cosmology often incorporates both observation and theoretical aspects that develops and comprehends model fundamental nature of the universe. Okay? So, scientific theories, philosophical concepts, and religious viewpoints contributes to the exploration of the universe and that of the universe fundamental nature. So we need to understand this in practicing African spirituality. You as an Igbo man will not be practicing the Igbo spirituality and use it as an inhibition for Yoruba man's Yoruba's spirituality. But all are in the root of African spirituality. So, biri kambiri, ndo mmiri ndo azụ. Azụ anwụ na mmiri atana. In this view, we all coexist and appreciate and value the spirituality of one another as humanity. So, as an African man, get to your roots and practice that which is yours and not that which is the Westerners or Europeans or Indians or Asians. Because this is the only way for your true freedom and authenticity. And this shows how much you love yourself and how much you appreciate that which is yours as an African man. Don't try to incorporate the European culture with the African culture, because it does not work. It's about bringing old wine and new wine and pouring together. It will make a great sour. Bringing old cloth and new cloth to patch up. What kind of design would that give to us? Let's come back to our root and embrace our philosophy, our indigenous belief, our rituals, our ceremonies, and never, ever be ashamed of what you are and what you have. Because it's only your own cloth that will fit you well. Borrowed cloth will never be fitting to you. You can, if you have any message or any question to this which we just dropped, you can put your comment in the comment section down below. And also, if there is any video in African spirituality, we are not into any other thing other than that African spirituality and about the African man. If there is any video or any content you want us to create issues about it or information about it in African spirituality, please put the information in the comments down below. We cover every aspect of African spirituality as we give you the information right here. Thank you very much. You can as well send us information or message or any help you need us to come into for you. Send us a message to our WhatsApp handle 090-178-18674. 090-178-18674. We will help you according to our African spirituality through the Igbo cosmology as we stand. Thank you very much. See you in the next video.